The biggest cancer in fatherhood is not your dad bod, it's not your stress or your lack of time. It's your hypocrisy. Your children see it. Your wife sees it. It's the gap between the standard you demand from them and the man that you are. This gap is an earthquake, and it's silently destroying the foundation of your family's respect for you. Today, we're not going to talk about any tips. We're going to hold up a mirror. We will expose the hypocrite living in your house so you can kill him for good and lead like the man that you are. Most men live two lives. They've got the work king. At your job, you're a manager, you're a leader, you're respected. You are paid to hold people accountable, execute plans, and design systems to win in imperfect scenarios. You're a problem solver. You're the man who gets it done. Then there's the home hypocrite. The moment you walk in your door, that man vanishes. You can't run your own life. You can't get your butt up at 4:30 a.m. when you promised yourself you would. At home, you're a perfectionist. You wait for conditions to be absolutely perfect. The very excuse you would fire an employee for. But why does that happen? Because at work, you have external accountability. There are very high stakes at work. You have clear systems. You have immediate consequences if you fail. At home, you have none. You're the top of the food chain at home, and no one's there to check you. You've got no system. You've got no immediate consequences. It's easier to tell other people what to do than for you to actually do them yourself. And you've fallen for the good enough lie, the 80% lie. You can coast, do the bare minimum, and survive, but your family's silent suffering is the price that you are unconsciously willing to pay for your own comfort. You don't have a discipline problem. You have an integrity problem, and you prove every single day that you can be disciplined. Just not for the people who matter most. And I'm not speaking to you from the mountaintop. I'm telling you my own story. I was the king of the two-faced fathers. I was a successful band director. I knew how to lead. I knew how to create systems. I had classes of hundreds of kids that I would tell them to go from here to there on a drop of a hat. We won state competitions. We were successful. I knew how to demand excellence. But at home, I was on a constant roller coaster. I was the guy who gained 60 pounds. I had the exact same information I had as a ripped 21-year-old, the guy I used to be, but I couldn't get myself to do it. I would try the newest diet. I would binge on the weekend. I even hired a personal trainer, but I canceled on him. I was a liar. My actions and my potential were at war with each other. And the worst part, it wasn't the weight. It was the shame. It was looking at myself in the mirror. It was seeing the pictures of the man that I used to be and knowing that I didn't have what it took on the inside to become that guy again. I couldn't even tell my own son to be disciplined because he knew he could just look at me and see the truth. I was a living, breathing excuse. I knew that I was a hypocrite. And that self-hatred and frustration is what caused me to be unpresent and snap at times with my family. But it's okay if you're here now because you're still listening to this, which means that you want to change. And I'm going to teach you how I got out of it and how I'm teaching hundreds of men around the world to get out of it. So keep listening. This is how to leave the hypocrite behind and become the leader that your family needs. The truth is your hypocrisy, it's a daily habit. And it's something that you can control. So let's see if this sounds familiar. I'm going to give you some examples. Hypocrisy number 1. The disciplined hypocrite. You say that you have to be disciplined. You say you have to finish your homework now. No excuses. But what do? You hit the snooze button 5 times when you promised yourself, today's the day I'm going to get up at 4:30 and work out. But you're still asleep at 6:30. You scroll your phone in bed. You skip the workout that you promised yourself you would do. The price is you lose your voice. Your son, your daughter, the hardworking kids, they look at you with defeat and think, why should I? You don't. You're teaching them that discipline is just something you talk about, not something that you live. Hypocrisy number 2, the emotional hypocrite. You say, control your emotions, stop yelling at your brother or sister, be patient. What do? You are the thermometer, not the thermostat. You snap at your wife, you yell at your kids, you take out all your anger and frustration out on your family because you had a bad day at work. The price that you're paying is you are not the harbor. You're not the lighthouse for them. You're not their safe space. You're the storm. Your wife looks at you with contempt, and she says it without even saying it. And that's going to be the final warning shot before the intimacy dies and you become roommates. Hypocrisy number 3, the health and tech hypocrite. You say, get off your iPad, screen time is rotting your brain, eat your vegetables. What do? You pretend it's work. You scroll your own phone for 3 hours, or you wait until they're in bed, then you crush a sleeve of cookies because you deserve it. What's the price that you pay? You are programming your children's future. They are mirroring you. This is the blueprint that you are giving them. You are teaching them that adulthood is about saying one thing and doing another. You are teaching them that men are liars. I will never forget this. A couple years ago, I was at a race around a park near us. My son did it. My daughter did it. It was a 2-lap race around a track. There was a father who was obese, chasing his child, chasing his son, yelling at him to run faster. His son was very in shape running, and the father was behind him trying to run, yelling at him to run faster so he could win this, race for 8-year-olds. The father falls to the ground and rolls. It was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. I will never forget it. That is the peak of hypocrisy. The peak of hypocrisy is the father who is sitting in the stands yelling at his son to try harder, hustle more, be more disciplined, try harder, as he is there drinking a Coke, eating potato chips, and hasn't worked out in a decade because he says, well, I used to be in shape in college. That is the height of hypocrisy. Then there's the financial hypocrite. You say, we have to save money. We can't afford that. What do? You blow thousands of dollars on restaurants, on Amazon, eating out, takeout, car parts, and drinks while claiming you can't afford to invest in yourself, in investing in something that will make you better and make your families better, and something that will make you a leader for your family. You don't pay for that course. You don't pay for that coach. You say you can't afford the gym. You can't afford this piece of equipment because all of your money is being spent on things that make you feel good right now. The financial hypocrite. And then what's the price that you pay? You teach your children that things are more important than growth. You model a life of financial cowardice, not strategic investment in what actually matters. So how do we get out of this? What's the blueprint? What's the antidote to hypocrisy? That's what's happening right now. I'm going to give you 3 steps. Blueprint for congruence with yourself. The truth is that you already know all of this. You've known for years. But wanting to change is not enough. So here's the blueprint. Number 1, kill the solo challenge lie. The lie is that I can fix this myself. The truth is that you've proven that you can't. If you're listening to this right now and you're still stuck and it's been years, you have proven that you can't, so stop lying to yourself. You've done 75 hard. You've done the workouts. You've bought the Peloton. It's not working. They're all failed attempts long term. Why? Because a solo challenge isn't a system. It has no accountability. You fell back into your old excuses the second the imperfect conditions hit. You must get into an environment with systems and accountability. Step 2, the one standard declaration. You must kill the 2 men that are living inside of you. You are one man. You are the leader at work. You are the boss. You're the executor. You're the guy who makes things happen. That's you at your work. That's you at your business. But then you've got the dad who makes excuses. That guy's a liar. And he's a coward that you're choosing to be. So what's the action you need to take? Write down the 3 standards that you are held to at work. For example, execute on time, no excuses, manage the system. Now, post that list on your bathroom mirror. This is your new non-negotiable standard at home. Step 3, here's the best one. Keep your mouth shut. The show don't tell protocol. Because your words are now worthless if you're living the life of a hypocrite. Your family has tuned them out. You're like the boy who cried wolf. You have 0 moral authority. They look at you with resentment and lack of respect. You're probably wondering, why don't my kids listen to me? Well, it's because they don't believe what I say because I've proven that I break my promises. So here's how you get it back. Brick by brick, slowly and surely. For the next 30 days, stop telling your kids to be disciplined. Stop lecturing them. Instead, let them see you. Let them see you get up at 4:30 a.m. Let them see you eat the clean meal. Let them see you read the book. Your visible actions are the only sermon they will ever respect. A hypocrite is a man who's at war with himself, and his family is the collateral damage. This is exactly the same as I talked about on my podcast, The High Achiever's Hell. Same problems. The man who knows he's a hypocrite and does nothing is the worst of all. Because the choice is, you can be the talker who knows he's a fraud, or you can be the action taker who finally does the work. You can be the man who sees the warning shots from his wife and decides to act, or you can be the man who waits for the divorce. Your family doesn't need your words. Your family does not need your lectures or your excuses. They don't need you to wait until the perfect time. They don't need to wait until you feel ready. They need your example. Stop talking and start being.